Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Have Your Holidays and Career Success Too. I'm so excited to do and to talk about this subject. It is now October, and a lot of people will have webinars or they'll talk about the holidays a week before Thanksgiving or sometime in December. But for what I want to share with you and what I want to give you, excuse me, not my cold, um, that's all too late because your opportunity to save yourself is going to occur now. Now. So, welcome. My name is Victoria Leo. I'm a healer of minds and bodies. I blast through barriers, whatever the barriers are, that are keeping you from where you want to be with your life. I use clinical hypnotherapy. I use Reiki energy healing, and I'm a certified life, health, and career coach. So my comprehensive programs put together these tools into combinations along with tapping and some other things to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And I think in this month, where you want to be is January. So many people tell me, oh my God, I wish I could just fast forward through the holidays and have it be over. And I ask them, why do you want to miss all this fun? It's so wonderful. It's the most wonderful time of the year. So the problem is that I'm having fun, I'm stress-free, and they're not. I'm looking at November and December, they're looking at November and December, and we're having a completely different reaction. So ask yourself, which camp are you in? And I'm going to guess you're in the, oh God, let it all be over camp, especially if you have children. Having children is a great joy, but it also adds lots of complexity to every aspect of life, including this one. So a lot of people, and this is how I used to be, right? There were reasons why I hated November and December. I just hated it. It was the long list of, I got to do this, I got to do that. I ended up spending more money than I should, then I convinced myself, oh, no, it's okay because I love these people, right? There I was conflating money with love. Yeah. So, and I'm not the only person. So many of us are dreading November and December. Now, you can dread November and December because, like in Seattle, it just rains and rains and rains, and the skies are dark, even when it's not raining. And, you say, oh my God, it's going to be April or June before I actually see the sun again. That's okay. And you need my webinar on how to prevent the winter blues. Okay, you do, if that's what's going on with you. So let's talk about how you can get yourself to joy. Get yourself out of, I wish it were January, and get yourself into, oh, yippee, November and December are coming, fun, fun, fun. I'm a big, big believer in fun. For people of all ages, for people from 5 to 105, we all need fun. And, again, if you're a parent, you've got children, you've got a full-time job, and you may be either alone or have a husband who's, never around. You've got actual barriers. I'm not joking about them. or trying to denigrate the reality of a difficult situation. What I'm here for, actually, is to help make things better. So before I get going, I want to let you know that I do have a PowerPoint, which I am not boring you with. You know, the life is too short to be bored with, death by PowerPoint. So if you want the PowerPoint, you have to email me, because the live webinar is going to be me live talking about stuff. So, but if you like written material and you like text, not a problem in the world. I'll either send you the PowerPoint, or I'll send you just the full text. Let's talk about the holidays. One of the major reasons why you're sitting there saying to yourself, "Oh my God, I wish I could fast forward to January," is because you've got a to-do list that's longer than the road from here to Australia, and I'm on the west coast of the U.S. Okay, and it's hard, but it's not impossible to sit down and meditate, or just be quiet for 45 seconds and ask yourself where that to-do list is coming from. Because it's very easy for me to sit here and say, honey, you created that to-do list. Pull it out, write it all down, cross out 3/4 of the things on the list. Whoopee! But I've got a degree in psychology. I've got all these mental health certifications. And I know you're not creating all that stress and pain and suffering because you got nothing better to do with your time, because you're a masochist. You've got real reasons for putting those items on the list. And most of the reasons boil down to, I don't want X to criticize me. I need to do all the traditions from my family, and all the traditions from my husband's family, and all the traditions that my neighbors and friends and coworkers and everyone else has. Otherwise, they're going to look down at me or make snide comments. Okay, so your first homework assignment is to write down all those snide comments that are terrorizing you. Write all those snide comments down and come back with a snappy response to them, including the, oh, is that what you think? How interesting. And just move on, If there are big family dinners that are always a criticism fest, if it's your family, a heartfelt, well-composed letter to everybody on the list saying, I'm done with this criticism fest. I'm creating traditions for my family involving love and kindness, and I'm not doing this. Right? This is not what I want to subject my children to. This is not how I want to raise them. Blame it on the kids. The reality is you're tired. You're done with it. If it's the in-laws, you've got to rope your husband in, because it's going to be harder, not impossible. You still have to do it. It's going to be harder for you to say, me and the kids, I don't want to subject my kids to. And I'm hoping that you'll be courageous and join us. Men don't like to be referred to as wimps, so feel free to use that cultural thing, but that's what it comes down to. It comes down to, you need to take control of those voices that are that are in your head and decide which ones are nurturing, which ones represent you at your finest, which ones are building the life that you want to have and are creating the you that you want to be and creating those children that you want to bring into the world. Unleash on the world as adults. Because if they're getting a yearly dose of greed and anger and let's tear each other down, you got to do something about that. You really, really got to do something about that. And that could mean, if one family is kindly disposed and the other one isn't, then you just, you tell the miscreants, I'm very sorry, but this is not how I want to raise my kids. I'm going to go spend time with the in-laws, or the other way around. Or go to Hawaii. If that's too scary, go to Hawaii. Or come visit me. Do a retreat. No, actually, I'm with my family for Thanksgiving and Christmas. But be creative. But get yourself out of hateful environments if that's what your problem is. If that is what is adding, if that's one of the things that's on your list. Let's now talk about the gifts, the whole gifting thing. What started out as small, handmade, heartfelt gifts of love has evolved into a retailer's delight. So it's October now. You have until December 15th, the earlier the better, to write a loving and heartfelt message to everyone that you have felt obliged to gift in the past, and tell them that you have come to a realization that the path to whatever love and kindness and goodness starts with you, and you are going to give everyone that you love a gift of love this year. But I want to be clear that I'm not going to be rewarding the retail establishment. So if reciprocation is really important to you, dear friend, dear cousin, dear mother, then I want to give you warning to take me off your gift list, because I will be giving you an inexpensive gift from my heart, which may have taken me hours and hours to create. Not trivial, but if dollar signs are important to you and you need to get a gift that costs in money something equivalent to, there's some kind of monetary threshold that's going on in your mind, dear loved one, I want to let you know that I'm not doing that this year. Alternatively, you can wrap that letter in with your gift. If you'd rather do that, then let people know in advance. One advantage of blindsiding people is that they may be opening gifts in a group of other people, and the tenets of good manners may prevent them from being a greedy, catty cow. Alternatively, though, if they're going to be opening it and you're not going to be there, and if they're surrounded by people like them, it's a perfect setup for them to spray their vitriol and be supported by everybody else saying, "Oh, you're just a cheapskate." So watch that. Okay. Don't blindside people because they don't have a chance to think about it. I would say don't blindside people. Tell people about what you're going to do ahead of time. If they're going to go, meh, 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 they can do it in October. You can say, you're giving, it's like I'm giving you 3 months to get over, to either, grow up or, however you want to phrase it. But I mean, of course, you don't say that, but you're inside your own mind. Okay. This is this person's problem, not me. You know that you've got good, solid reasons. Now, what is a good, solid reason to not spend a lot of money on people? Good, solid reason number one. Are you sure you have enough money saved for retirement? I know I sound like Susie Orman right now. I'm channeling Susie. You probably don't. You need to have more money for retirement. You probably don't have a pension. And even if you do, it'll probably be gutted by the time you need it. Every time some conservative in Congress wants to score points with the Tea Party back home, they come up with a new plan to gut Social Security. So put that money into your retirement. Second question, if you are thoroughly, you're going to have millions of dollars for retirement. Okay, look at you. Do you have a college fund for your kids? Pay attention to that. Maybe a college fund for one of your nephews and nieces who their parents, or close friends' kids, that kid's not going to have any money for college. And it's not impossible these days, but it is hard. So think about using that money wisely. Now, and we'll get to the kids, the whole kids issue, right? Once upon a time, a holiday tree had one gift, one, not 16. And it had a gift that the parents decided was good for you, little one of whatever age. Nobody asked you, what do you want for Christmas? You didn't have the temerity to say, I want all these expensive video games, which allow me to zone out and completely ignore the world and teach me to be violent, etc., etc. We didn't used to do that. So let's go back to those days. Buy one, possibly two, educational games or toys. Educational. Go to one of those online, or in-person shops that has educational toys. Help your kids stimulate their minds at whatever age. There's cool stuff for 15-year-olds. They can build rockets and make a clock out of potatoes and, whatever. That's not what they want to do, but too bad, tough luck. You're the parent. That's the role that you took on. Be strong, honey. Guy. I'm with you. So, educational toys. One or two in a pinch. If you got two wonderful things and you can't choose. What about everybody else? Say you don't want to craft things, and that's cool. I find crocheting so much fun. It gives me the illusion that I'm accomplishing something while I'm really just watching television. oh, I'm doing things. I'm making a sweater. So the first thing you're going to do, of course, is shorten your list. Shorten your list, please. I beg of you. Shorten. You know, that whole everybody picks one person thing. A lot of families are getting into that. In my family, it's gifts for the kids, period. That's it. Lots of love for the adults, but, you know, nothing bought or produced, created. Crocheting. Except for the kids. Now, if you got a lot of kids, again, you need to. But if you're not doing that, if you want to have, you know, something for the various adults in your life, and it needs to be inexpensive, used bookstores. Books are in amazing shape. A lot of books that just didn't sell, you know, the remainders and so on, but are really cool. You know, the coffee table books are really cool. And you know, everybody loves them. So things like body lotion, you know, get a nice pampering gift for a girl person. You can get spend one afternoon and go to a used bookstore, find a whole bunch of cool things. I shop year round. This is what I do. I shop year round, and I store things in bins, you know, and when it's somebody's birthday, I paw through it and it's like, what was that thing that, you know, little Billy or, you know, my sisters or cousins or whatever, you know, or Christmas, you know, birthdays, Christmas, whatever you celebrate. The adults don't get Christmas presents, but I make a big fuss for their birthday, you know. So nobody ends up feeling unloved. And remember, we're not conflating stuff with love, right? Yeah, okay. So you can spend one afternoon, do some of the stuff locally. The other option is shopping online, but bear in mind, if you're shopping online, you're going to be paying retail. So you got the problem with the money. You know, it's you know, super easy, but you got the problem with the money. Okay. Ignore all the people who tell you in advance what they want. Buy it for them for their birthday, or send them a very loving, I'm letting people buy their own stuff. Christmas is about love. Thanksgiving is about love. It's about family. It's about love. It's about love. It's about love. There's no price tag involved, right? You're not going to raise kids who are going to take good care of you in your golden years if you let the little monsters grow up being consumerist greed heads. You can tell yourself, oh, they're just kids, but that's how adults become adults. They start out as children and they grow. And I know it sounds like I'm lecturing. This is coming from my heart. It's hard work being a parent. I know how hard it is. But the moral education that we give our children is infinitely superior to anything else. So vaccinate your kids, protect them, and protect the rest of us. And teach them that the essence of life, the purpose for which they were brought into this world, is to be little vessels and exemplars of love and kindness and generosity. Take the family to fun things. Here in the Seattle area, you know, I get the paper every day, and every year I clip out things, either things that I'm going to do, or things that are probably going to happen again next year. For example, the Bellevue Botanical Gardens has this incredible flower show where the flowers are made out of LEDs. It's amazing. And there's acres of these beautiful things, simulated waterfalls and flower gardens. And oh my God, it's incredible. And, it's just hours of joy. And people bring their kids, and it's like, yay, yay. Strolling senior couples and strolling young couples and parents, and, it's wonderful. Zoos frequently have special programs. There's all kinds of special programs. Some things you have to pay for. That's something to spend money on. Wonderful, loving, all together. We're not buying stuff. We're supporting worthy organizations, things. Also, try to find, in terms of activities for the kids, try to find some volunteer work. Humane societies frequently have, let's give the dogs a wash day, or, come photograph your pet with Santa and stuff like that. Fun things involve the whole family. And if you are one of those career people who is working long hours, diligently supporting your family, this is your time of challenge. It's generally dads, although it can be moms also, tell themselves, I have to continue working 14-hour days, otherwise I'll lose my job. Ask yourself, give yourself a good night's sleep, and then ask yourself why you had children in the first place. If you're not going to raise them, you don't want to spend time with them. You're not building any holiday memories with them. What the heck was the point? Why don't you just give them up for adoption? Somebody who loves them might give them a home, might give them a holiday. I know you mean well. I totally know you mean well, but I did a webinar called Turbocharge Your Productivity during the holidays, during the dark winter months. You can work a sane schedule and be back for these events. You can sit down with your spouse and say, let's make this holiday season be about fun and be about the cohesion of this family as a family. And how I mentioned, let's make it about love. Do some volunteer work together. Feed your kids some loving memories of their absentee dad. You might think it doesn't matter, but it does. When kids become adults, what they remember are these golden little moments when you paid attention to them, when your phone was in your pocket, it was off. You're not making business phone calls. Be fully present. Doesn't have to be every single day, but 2 nights a week you have got to get enough work done. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, no later than that. Get on the dang bus, train, express, and head towards home. And if anybody gives you any heck, say, my kids need me. These are their holiday memories. This is family time. That's what we all should be living for, is our families. That's what we're doing this for, is our families. And if we don't spend time with them, what's the point? Because all that money that you're bringing home is going to end up getting spent on stuff, and your wife and your kids will have all this stuff, and they won't have you. And newsflash, Kids are kids. They don't have the wisdom of an adult. They may want stuff, but that's because they don't have you there teaching them what really matters in life. And it's not stuff. It's people. And you can't lecture them on how important family is. They don't pay attention to what you're saying unless it's congruent with how you're acting. You need to act like family matters, love matters. How do you get through this? Status your boss every single day on what you're accomplishing. This continuous stream of, I'm getting this done, I'm getting that done, this is the status of this, you're acting like at the end of every day, or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're showing what a whirlwind of productivity you are. And if you've got a management structure, if you're working for Amazon or some other horrible company that doesn't value sanity and health and your family, you know what you need to do on the 1st of January. Well, okay, sober up. The 2nd of January. You need a new job. Even if the salary has to be a little bit less. Your physical health, your mental health, and your family is what matters. I'm not saying that because I'm a woman, by the way. I'm saying that because I'm a coach, I'm a mental health specialist, physical health specialist. I'm watching people destroy their bodies, destroy their minds, destroy their peace, end up on their deathbed with nothing. All that money is going to be divided among a whole bunch of people who don't care about you because you never taught them how to care about people. Don't go there. This is a perfect opportunity. Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the other holidays, Diwali, right? It's an opportunity for you. Forget about that stupid word balance. Balance doesn't mean equal amounts. It means enough. It means you value what is most important. And yeah, I know in a market economy, it's hard to get jobs because of Wall Street, blah, blah, blah. I know that. I'm a career coach, remember? I know that. I see that every day. I deal with it myself. Getting my business, ever more prosperous or whatever. I understand. I also understand that if you are in a situation that is destroying these little lives that you brought into the world and you're responsible for, not your wife, not your husband, you. Then you're paying too high a price. And the money that you're producing is just creating little consumers who are not going to be a credit to their country or their family in 10 years, 20 years. Okay. Kids will believe that money isn't everything if it's clear that you believe it. Okay. So, bake cookies. Bake cookies. Go to used bookstores. Get educational gifts. Line up fun experiences. Enlist your spouse. Go to the ballet. Sit through Nutcracker. Not with a 2-year-old, please. Older kids. Go to the Nutcracker. Go to something else. Go to a jazz festival. Plenty of those. I'm the only person in America who can't stand jazz. Everybody else loves it. So there's always jazz festivals. There's lots of window shopping. Just you know, go downtown, spend one Saturday afternoon just not buying anything, just looking at all the lights. There's all kinds of light festivals. You know, life can be beautiful, and it doesn't have anything to do with intrinsic burdens. Nobody knows the burdens that I have. Nobody knows the burdens that anybody else on planet Earth has. It's not a question of this person has fewer burdens, I have more burdens. What it really is picking a smaller number of things that you really care about and giving those smaller number of things your love and your time and your attention. And if you want to learn how to crochet, it's the easiest skill on the planet. There's a whole bunch of YouTube videos. What I do, I don't just crochet things. I infuse crocheted things with Reiki symbols. So somebody puts a shawl on and the Reiki symbols pull the healing energy in, and the person the recipient of this gift feels calm and peaceful. You know, it's like an instant Reiki session. I sell these things to people who don't have loved ones to do it for them for a holiday gift or a birthday gift. So I think they're out on Pinterest. So anyway, but I hope these suggestions have been helpful. I know what I'm talking about is a major restructuring of your mind, and maybe you can't do everything in 1 year, and that's okay. That's okay. Make a list, make a plan, and do something every year. Change one part of your life every year. At the end of 5 years, you'll have a transformed life. Doesn't have to be immediately, but it needs to be serious. Pick one thing and really do it. You know, either the gifting, shortening the list, shortening the to-do list, getting away from nasty people, spending less money, crafting things yourself, going to used bookstores, body lotion, little pampering gifts, you know, teenage girls, little pampering gifts, teenage boys, mechanical things. I know I'm stereotyping. You know what the kids go for. When I was a teenager, I was building a radio telescope in my backyard. I never learned all the girly things that you're supposed to learn when you're a teenager. You know, hence, I had to every time I've either been the bride or wanted to go someplace special, I have to get somebody to have to pay somebody to do the girly stuff because I don't know how to do it. So, but statistically speaking, well, the race is usually to the swift. And teenage girls tend to like girly stuff. So I hope this has been useful. My contact information, very easy, soaringdragon.biz, B-I-Z, soaringdragon.biz. There on the website, you can find all my products, all my programs, my phone number, my email address. If you just can't wait, you gotta send me an email immediately. It's victoria.leo, L-E-O, .reiki, R-E-I-K-I, @gmail. And I have a Pinterest account. I have a Facebook account. I have a Facebook group called Healing Minds, Healing Bodies. A lot of fun. And most of these things, and the Google Plus, it's either under my name, Victoria C. Leo, or it's under my company, Soaring Dragon. But I'm out there. You can stay in touch with me. And I wish you a happy new year, a happy November and December, whatever you may be celebrating. A relaxing, happy, fun, joyous, full of love, and full of family. And if, like me, you don't have, all your family is dead and gone, I hope you're creating a family from friends. Blessings.